Adam, we're backstage at Woodstock in San Francisco.
In San Francisco, yes.
Back
Woodstock
home.
Founders Night, yeah.
What is Woodstock? Tell people quickly.
Woodstock is a geek variety show that Wil Wheaton and Paul and Storm and I have been putting on for 4 years? 5 years?
I think it's 5.
5 years.
But you guys have been doing more than just 5 shows all around the country.
Yeah, no, we've done them in a bunch of different places with many, many different surprise guests and regular visitors. It generally runs incredibly long, 2.5 to 3 hours, plus a final song that itself has lasted a world record
35 minutes.
35 minutes in Chicago.
Yeah. Peter Sagal's still angry about it.
Didn't you have a show you were supposed to be at a half hour ago?
Fuck it.
This crowd is one of the most loving crowds I've ever performed for. They're hook, line, and sinker, dyed-in-the-wool, D&D. We once were given scarves by a fan. So the final song we sing every show is The Pirate's Wife's Lament. These scarves were hand-knitted with the entire lyrics to The Pirate's Wife's Lament in them, in binary. And there's Drew Curtis from FARC over there.
Hi, Drew.
Can I get a beer?
Blocking the beer?
Here, I'll just go for it now. Excellent.
Drew, you've got
Don't
to
mind
reach
me.
between my legs for the beer. Drew.
All right, I'm used to this. Cool.
I think
It's
TAs
just like
are
last
calling
time.
you out there. We'll have to finish the story when you get back.
Absolutely.
But have a great show.
All right,
We'll
see you guys after the show.
He's here tonight. Recently cleared of all charges, please welcome Adam Savage.
How are you guys doing? I get to follow fucking Chris Hardwick. I'm gonna do just a little bit of name dropping because, you know, I get to hang out with Alton Brown. I did a whole episode with him. Okay, go. Yes. John Landis. Neil Stevenson. Chief. Fucking toaster. Okay, so this is cool because here's the thing. I flirt, but I only flirt with women over 70. It's like this weird thing I have. I don't know what it is, but Diane Keaton's like one of the loveliest women alive, and I saw her at the White House press correspondence dinner, which is a absolute, like I thought Comic-Con was weird for running into people you didn't expect, but the White House press correspondence dinner was completely surreal. And so I saw Diane Keaton, Richard Kind, Craig from Craigslist. Fucking, that is some big swinging nerd dick right there. Look at me, I'm totally toasted. And then there was this guy. Let it sink in for a second. So this happened. So we're at our table, and this man starts walking towards me. He's wearing what is clearly a very expensive and lovely tux. And it takes me a couple of seconds to recognize who it is because, like all famous people, he's far more handsome in person than you'd actually believe. I hate to say this, but it's totally true. It's like very compelling, right? And he comes over and he says, "Oh, I'm a big fan, I gotta take a picture with you." And then I'm like, holy shit, it's Rick fucking Santorum. Just look at the look on Jamie's face. I believe he's thinking, I hope Adam knows what he's doing. So Santorum comes over, and he's got his whole family with him. He's got like 4 or 5 daughters, and they're all beautiful. They're like Bidens. And they're taking cameras, and he's putting his arms. He says, "My sons watch your show all the time." And I think, well, the world can't be that bad then. I'm inculcating his sons with critical thinking. And so he asked for a picture, and I realized, I'm going to go home to San Francisco and tell my wife that this happened. And I'm still going to want to be the hero of this movie, so I think I'm going to need to say something. So just before we take the picture, I bring him over and I whisper in his ear, "Just so you know, I am diametrically opposed to everything you stand for. And he looks me right in the eye and he goes, "That's great!" And then turns around and
If there were a RoboCop sitcom where RoboCop was always screwing up, and every time he did something wrong, the other officers would put their hands on their hips, cock their heads to one side, and go, "RoboCop!" And then RoboCop would just murder everyone. Every episode.
Interior Police Headquarters, day. RoboCop comes towards camera, doing that weird marching machine walk thing. He stops in front of a vending machine and precisely turns to face it. RoboCop puts a crumpled dollar into the machine, which spits it out. He tries to put the money into the machine. The machine spits it back out. It falls to the floor.
You have attempted to assault a police officer with his own money. You are under arrest.
An older, grizzled sergeant comes out of his office down the hall.
RoboCop, what the hell are you doing?
The audience loves the sergeant character. It's like he's a Kramer of RoboCop.
Yeah, he's really the star of the show. It causes a lot of backstage tension in season 3. RoboCop says, "Making an arrest, sir."
The sergeant rolls his eyes and shakes his head.
Would you mind telling me how you're going to arrest a vending machine?
By the book.
RoboCop, you crazy. Let me help you.
The sergeant picks up the dollar bill off the floor. RoboCop pulls his gun in a flash. He points it at the sergeant.
You are tampering with evidence. You are under arrest.
You can't arrest me, RoboCop. I'm your boss.
You are... RoboCop never holds for the laugh.
RoboCop, I ain't got time for this. I retire in 2 days.
That's one of his catchphrases.
The sergeant is always retiring in 2 days for the entire run of the series. Arrest.
Aw, damn it. You're stuck in a loop. I better reset you.
The sergeant makes a move towards RoboCop. The sergeant puts his hand on RoboCop's shoulder. RoboCop snaps out of it.
Assault on an officer. Use of deadly force is authorized.
RoboCop shoots about 1,000 bullets into the sergeant, blowing him across the hallway, where he hits the wall and slides to the floor, leaving streaks of blood behind.
Damn it, RoboCop. I had 2 days till retirement.
The sergeant calls.
The sergeant dies in every episode.
Every episode. And then he comes back like nothing happened. RoboCop says, "Thank you for your cooperation. I am not arresting you anymore."
Dozens of officers rush into the hallway, stopping short of the grisly scene. They look at RoboCop, incredulous. RoboCop turns back to the vending machine.
Your move, dirtbag.
Suddenly, the bag of chips drops from the vending machine for some reason, startling RoboCop. He whirls towards it and destroys it in a hail of epic gunfire.
Then all the police officers come out.
RoboCop!
Did I do that?
I, American, do wish to see thee darken up my door. So clean up all your semen and come round, lay no more. So clean up all your semen and come round.
right, Adam, that's 3.5 hours later. How are you feeling?
That was fantastic. We've had our share of really warm crowds, and the San Francisco home crowd is one of the warmest, and this tonight was, honestly, I think the best crowd we've ever performed for. The Pirate Song, which is how we close every Woodstock show, lasted over 47 minutes tonight, and that's like 15 minutes longer than its next closest rival, which is Chicago from a few years ago. I did a set about my kids and about, other unmentionable things. And I mean, it's just a fantastic night. Chris Hardwick came out. He was our special guest. He killed. It was stunning.
Amazing set.
Totally stunning.
A lot of good storytelling.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun, right?
Totally fun and really engaged and with the audience. That's the best part about it.
And you, Will, Paul and Storm, it's an excuse for you guys to hang out. And
That's mostly what it is. An excuse for us to hang out. There's Paul. Paul, come here. This is one of the co-creators of Woodstock, Paul Saborin.
Hello.
Hello, Paul.
How are you feeling, Paul, after the show?
Is it over finally?
Yeah, it is mostly.
It's finally over?
Yeah. It's over except for the drinking.
It's all over but for the drinking. I cannot believe I get to do this. That's the thing. This is just a ball to stand on stage with these guys and screw around for 5 to 6 hours.
It is an excuse to hang out.
And then people can look forward to the next Woodstock.
Absolutely.
Which at this point is San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's not confirmed yet, but it's usually a regular thing, and we're expecting and planning to do it. So everybody show up.
Yep.
At San Diego in July.
San Diego in July.
Awesome. Well, we'll have more of the video on Tested.com. Thanks, Adam. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye, Internet.
We only found out about this cross-country trip because we were driving through Texas and it was, miles and miles of nothing but miles and miles. And we're talking about
Texas miles.
And Jamie says, well, I once spent 24 hours on a bump in the road in Kerrville. And we're like, what? And then he tells the story about it. He and this other hitchhiker were on this incredibly long stretch of highway, and they actually got like a half mile apart. They got good at this game of throwing a golf ball at each other, and it would bounce forever on this perfectly flat, straight highway, and they catch it and throw it back for like 20 hours. And then I remembered he was 14.
So his mustache is probably only to about his chin then. Like it hadn't fully come in.
I have seen, he's never shown it to me again, but I have seen a picture of him at that age, and he had really long, straight blonde hair to here.
Of all the things said tonight, that shocks the audience.